With the absolute amazing return of Luke Skywalker, it has left us all in shock, and I still can't believe he actually returned in the Mandalorian Season 2 finale. For sure, my favorite part out of all the Mandalorian episodes was when Luke Skywalker returned. So, with the many new shows announced recently, this including the Rangers of the New Republic, following Trapper Wolf and his partner of the New Republic, Captain Carson Teva, in probably an adventure similar to the Mandalorian show. So, at the end of the Mandalorian, we saw Luke Skywalker take Grogu with him to train him, which leaves many possibilities for Season 3. I honestly never thought it would come down to Grogu being taken away from Mando, but I'm actually pretty happy with the outcome of Luke Skywalker appearing and taking Grogu away. So, as we know, Luke is obviously a part of the New Republic. He blew up the Death Star. He is probably one of the most famous rebels, if not the most famous rebel, other than probably Mon Mothma, if not Captain Syndulla or Hera Syndulla from Rebels. But I'd say Luke is probably the most famous rebel. And so this New Republic show is going to follow Trapper Wolf and Carson Teva's adventures together after the fall of the Empire, so after Return of the Jedi, and most importantly takes place in the timeline of The Mandalorian, which does confirm that it will follow Trapper Wolf and Carson Teva's adventures together. This could either be a prequel, like before The Mandalorian takes place, or it could take place after the Season 2 finale of The Mandalorian. It would be funny, though, if Dave Filoni has this show to be kind of like a Starsky and Hutch kind of show, like cop buddies where they have to be partnered together, but they don't really like each other, like a prequel, but in the end they end up being inseparable partners in crime, just like Starsky and Hutch, and that would actually be pretty funny. This is also kind of adding to the multiple themes Dave Filoni is adding, like the Ahsoka episode was kind of a samurai episode, and we also saw creatures in the background of that episode that are like Godzilla kind of things, and in the Clone Wars we also saw the Zillo Beast, which was also part of the Godzilla thing. So Dave Filoni is combining a bunch of themes together, and this sounds like it could be a Western, like Rangers of the Republic could be Western, which is what The Mandalorian follows, like a space Western. So anyway, since this show does take place during the Mandalorian timeline, as well as the Ahsoka show, this confirms, or more like, we can make tons of theories of a lot of things, so such as if Mando will appear, if Ahsoka will appear, and in this video, I will be talking about if Luke Skywalker will appear. Now, this is a huge question, and since he is a part of the rebellion, or now the New Republic, as they say, after the destruction of the second Death Star, it would make sense for Luke to at least have a reference in this show. If anything, we have to have some sort of reference from either Trapper Wolf, Carson, or maybe just another rebel. Since Luke destroyed the Death Star, making him basically the most popular rebel, they should definitely add some sort of reference to Luke destroying the Death Star, or what I would really want to see is a full-on conversation on how Lando and Han and everyone destroyed the second Death Star, and basically the Battle of Endor, going more depths into it and how, like maybe even if Trapper Wolf actually attended and fought in the Battle of Endor, and going more in depth of the Battle of Endor.
It's a trap!
So in The Mandalorian, the only rebel we see actually try and fight Moff Gideon, seeing he is an Imperial threat, was Luke Skywalker, and really, Luke Skywalker was just looking for Grogu, so he wasn't so much fighting Moff Gideon. So we will probably not see Moff Gideon return in the Rangers of the New Republic, like just a thought, like maybe he escaped prison or something. So if Luke Skywalker were to actually have appeared, and not just referenced in this new show, there's many possibilities on that. So, like in Battlefront 2 story mode, we could see them drawn together through the Force maybe when they are sent to investigate something, and then Luke Skywalker could appear because maybe the investigation is much more dangerous than expected. It's just a thought, guys, just putting out my theories. none of this is probably actually going to happen, but it's just my thoughts on how this show might go, how Luke Skywalker might appear. And so my other theory is, which probably will more likely to happen, is Trapper Wolf calls for backup. They only send one X-Wing, like in a fight or something, they only send one X-Wing, just like in The Mandalorian, and it ends up being Luke Skywalker, which would be pretty cool to see. So I really hope that the dialogue for Trapper Wolf is expanded than just standing there with Carson Teva talking, just standing with a gun, to actual dialogue on conversations like Battle of Endor, like I said. And most likely he will, because he's probably going to be one of the main characters, unless this show is going to be focused on Captain Carson Teva. Because the first time we saw Trapper Wolf cameo in The Mandalorian, he just said, like, they're launching a missile or something. So I really hope they expand his dialogue to an actual character's dialogue. I would say that Luke Skywalker would at least be referenced in this series, if anything, and I really hope he could possibly turn into an actual character like Ahsoka did in Rebels in this show. Thanks for watching, guys, and may the Force be with you, and I can't wait for this show to be released. More videos on the Bad Batch. The Book of Boba Fett is definitely coming, so make sure to stay tuned for that. I'm trying to mainly focus on Boba Fett right now, but I'm definitely gonna do more on the Ahsoka show and stuff, so make sure to stay tuned for those videos.